Hey guys, Jewell Loyd. It was a 2 point game in that second quarter. I think you guys were up 19-17, but you outscored them 30-11 or something. Just what happened that allowed you guys to separate from them during that time?
Defensively, we were in our coverages. We were locked in on that side, which allowed us to get some breakaway layups, transition shots, which we're really good at, as well as on the offensive side, we moved the ball really well tonight. We were able to penetrate and drive and kick, and people knock down shots, so it kind of opened a lot of things up for a lot of our shooters.
And just your thoughts on your bench. You got 36 points from your bench, including 11 from Joyner.
Yeah, I mean, they put in a lot of work, and we don't see them as the other group at all. We're on this together, and we understand the capabilities of every single person on this team. So when they start making shots and they do things, that's not unnatural. We see it all the time. So for us, it's making sure that everyone stays confident on this team, and not just the starters, not just the coaches, not just it's everyone needs to stay locked in. And when everyone's locked in like that, good things are capable.
And we'd love to ask you just what happened for you tonight. 12 points, one shy of your career best. Just what felt good for you tonight, Joyner?
I think just the group, they make me feel so comfortable, so I just think as far as just our team in general, we could just be free, I'm not tense. I don't have to it's just free. That's really the word I could put with it. It's really free. And they have confidence in everybody, like she was saying. So, no shot is a bad shot, but I think we're getting to that point and learning okay, what shots we should take within the flow of our offense. But I don't know. I had fun tonight. I think we all did.
And maybe just say a thought or two just about your role. Just maybe not knowing from game to game kind of what the team may need. Just tonight, what did you think that the team needed?
I think just coming off the bench, you kind of got to feel for the game. Okay, we needed rebounds. We needed people to run in transition, playing defense. And so I just tried to give whatever I see that's not being fully emphasized. I just want to go in there and do that. And so I think I did that tonight.
She's playing her game.
Yeah,
that's very simple. She's doing what she does. And that's what we need her to do.
Thank you.
And Joyner, I thought a big story, not only your performance, but also Yvonne Turner. Yes. Both of you guys stepped up really big. Evie was in foul trouble early. Jordan Horston's out injured. Just kind of talk about being there, ready to step up when your number is called.
I think here they call it next woman mentality. And so I think Bonnie's been having that the last couple games she hasn't played. And so I think I've experienced that. I've been in that position. So when you get the opportunity, it's you go all out, you give me everything you got. And I think she did that tonight. And I mean, she's a huge spark for us. She's fast as hell. Yeah. I know, I just saw it tonight for myself, but I was just we need that. We need everybody, So I think it was a good contribution from everybody.
And your comfort, just talk about your comfort level, knowing the schemes offensively and defensively now.
For me, I just think I needed them 2 practices we had this week. That's all I needed for real. I was struggling because it's you don't want to get thrown in the fire and you don't know what to do. And it's really it's just so free. I just need them practices. I'm okay now.
And Jewell, Noe talked to us last game about with Indiana saying, you can't win games shooting 30%. Tonight you shoot almost 50, 47, above 47%. Just kind of talk about, what was working so much better offensively and how getting into your flow.
We were just moving the ball. We were able to penetrate and drive and kick, which we're really good at. And when you have spacers and shooters, and everyone's really versatile on this team. So, you kind of pick your poison. And so our focus coming in was get to the third side, move the ball, penetrate and play fast. And those are our keys, and we executed on that tonight.
And I know it's not your first time seeing her, but just how good was it to see Brittany Griner back in Seattle and playing in the WNBA?
It's awesome. We wanted her home. She's home. And, the W has done a great job of making sure that, she's, with her family and friends. BG's been family to me. She's done a lot for me. And, she's a big sis, and she knows that. And she's family. So I'm glad she's here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. 90% from the free throw line.
Coach, you guys did not have Horston, but you had a big game from your bench. Just what type of contribution did they give you?
A huge contribution, especially, Joyner coming in and with her activity level, her stretching the floor, hitting a couple of threes, and her rebounding, it really helped give us a boost. Sammy coming in, hitting those threes. I thought Vonnie also had a very good game. Just her minutes were really good, poise, and gave us some pace and a good defensive effort. So those three in particular, I thought came in and did exactly what we needed them to do. And we had some efficiency in the floor, hit some shots, got some stops, and it was good to see us get back to us.
Yeah, and for people who just haven't seen Joyner play, just what type of game does she bring? And then just that idea of not knowing what you're gonna sort of, how many minutes you're gonna get, like maybe a thought or two about what it takes to like be in that role. Mental
toughness, and she is that. She is very tough-minded, and her approach to her work, and obviously coming in and not having a lot of practice time, but being in a position to play and give some contribution. It takes a mentally tough person to sit and watch and know what we need, and when you step on the floor, provide that. And she's super athletic. She's able to defend multiple positions. She's active, got some blocks today. She's able to rebound, and at that position to be able to play like a guard, as you can see, she can handle and she can pass. I think it's a clear advantage. So, she's this dog mentality, this tough-minded person. She embodies that.
And then just your thoughts on that second quarter. It was a 2-point game. Then you guys outscored them 30-19 in that quarter.
The biggest thing that stood out was just our ball movement. I just remember, getting obviously stops and our pace was up, but just the ball wasn't sticking, and we found open teammates and we knocked down open shots.
And then for tonight, the third quarter didn't even matter. I shouldn't say that it didn't matter, but what was the difference tonight with the third quarter?
Yeah, I thought we still a couple of lows in the third quarter to start it, but we addressed it at halftime, just bringing awareness and attention to it. More huddles, more communication, and stopping runs or creating runs, and doing the same exact thing that brought us success in the first half.
Yeah, Coach, you talked to us after the Indiana game about you can't win games shooting 30%.
Yes.
You shoot almost 50%, above 47%. Kind of what offensively was working so well for you tonight?
I just feel like we were screening better. Got on Ezi about screening, and Mercedes as well, and I thought they were doing that. They were holding their screens, and when we can do that, the floor opens up a bit. The ball was not sticking. We were moving from second and third side sometimes. There was synergy from our defense and between our defense and our offense, and so playing with pace and playing in transition, but being intentional about the shots that we take, our shot selection. I thought it was way better today.
And then only 11 total turnovers.
Yeah.
They had 21. Especially for such a young team, talk about how important it is to protect the ball.
It is vital. It is a key every single game to value possessions, value the ball. And when we get efficient shots on goal and are able to, play with a pace, that's good. As much as we want to run and have an up-tempo game, to have less turnovers means that we are being sure. We are being fundamental. And I think for our team, that is super important to continue to stay locked in on that.
And I know she's not quite probably 100% her full self, Brittany Griner, but you hold her to 11 points. Just defensively, kind of what were the keys to slowing her down?
Yeah, first and foremost, our pickup point with her, not letting her get deep. We were trapping her, but being mindful of how to trap her. If she faced up, she will pick you apart. So just kind of being conscious of what we do when we bring disruption. But I think the biggest thing is, being fully aware that she is still a load down low, and starting there. And then from there, I think, our closeouts to shooters were important. Only 38 points in the paint. We've been averaging about a lot, almost 40. So to keep them, right under our average, it's progress and goals. But first things first was just our pickup points with her and our aggressiveness with her.
You touched on it a little bit earlier, but Yvonne Turner, I don't think she had played in like maybe 3 or 4 games in a row. Talk about how challenging that is for players to, when their number is called. Obviously, Evie gets foul trouble very early. You don't have Jordan. to be able to step up. And there was just little things she did, like hustling. One play that stood out, she hustles, there's like going for an offensive rebound. She doesn't get it, but she tips it to Evie, and then Evie gets the layup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess just talk about, both the challenges of like maybe being on the bench for a few games and then coming in, and then just what you saw from her.
We talked about it the other day. The thing is, some people, our players get playing time, and there's people on our roster who don't. And so we have to care every day with what we do. And Vonnie is an amazing individual. She never lacks in leadership through those DMPs. Her professionalism, her encouragement remained the same. And we have stay ready games for this exact moment. So we, in our off days or in those moments that she wasn't getting the playing time, she was staying ready in practice. And she's always going to be ready because she's a consummate professional. She's constantly helping Jade and constantly encouraging everyone. And that is a very difficult thing to do. It is, you have to be a special individual to not play and then come in and contribute. But that is what she embodies. That is her work ethic every single day. That is staying the course and understanding it's a long season. We're going to need everyone. So she does not waver through the ups and downs of our team. And I know that at any point I can count on her.
Lastly, in a season that's had its challenges, how important is it when you get these successful games, because like your coaching and everything that you're working towards, like you can then see the progress and then that message to the team?
It's just trying to stay focused on the controllables and the things that we, have deficiencies in, or the things that we, need to just be focused on. It can't change from game to game. And it's tough with a young team because of, it's constantly teaching, emphasizing, reteaching again. And it feels like you're saying the same thing over and again, but when you see it and when you, it's tangible, when you are telling the team that we can be successful if we do X, Y, Z. I think it is, how do we bottle that up and how do we do that every single day? That is a challenge, but that is why we coach the game, and we just have to continue to focus on us in those moments too. What is getting us success on the floor? Staying together as a team, and how do we stop those runs, and how do we do it in the moment? And it's going to continue to be a constant growth process, but we take this and we move forward and we grow from it. We can't take steps backwards, and we just start there. No problem.
Thank you, Coach.